It all started with a scene that wasn't intended to be dramatic, but it turned out to be one of the most personal interactions that Season 13 has seen thus far. According to reports, Yandy Smith was abruptly called aside by Erica Mena. The mood abruptly changed as the cast gathered for what seemed to be a normal filming day and the cameras began to roll. According to behind-the-scenes and insider rumors, Erica had been keeping a secret about something that was extremely embedded in her past with Mendes's, and she was finally ready to come clean. Insiders claim that at first, Erica's tone was chilly. Although not every event was captured by the cameras, the words she uttered were not. According to said insiders, Erica made comments that made the situation far too personal, but no one expected her to confront Yandy directly about her relationship with Mendes. The animosity between the two was already evident to fans who saw the trailer. Following a moment of stunned silence, the other performers were forced to step in due to a whirlwind of emotions. In particular, what did Eric say that caused Yandy to lose it? Why now, and why while filming? Season 13 has become much more intense, and people are already taking sides. The tension had persisted for days, been increasing. Even before the cameras started rolling for the latest Season 13 episode, everyone on set could feel the vibe shifting. Erica Mena had been more restrained than usual, her gaze more piercing, her tone harsh. Yandy, on the other hand, seemed unaware. Or maybe she was just not paying attention to the growing discomfort. In any case, what was going to happen could not be avoided. Sources claim that Season 13 was merely the final step in a protracted process. The cast was put together at a recently organized gathering in preparation for the performance. At a lunchtime photo shoot, a relaxed rooftop party with drinks, calming music, and a view of the Atlanta skyline served as the location, until Yandy was asked to step aside by Erica. It was picture-perfect. It was caught on film. The delicate movement of the hand, Yandy, pause and subsequent follow-through. From a distance, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. However, several witnesses reported that the air instantly got heavy. According to those on set, Erica wasted no time. She spoke in a calm but determined tone and got straight to the point. She is accused of saying, "You know, there's a lot I let slide." However, observing Erica then left out the name Mandy's. "You act as if it never happened." Not comfortable with that, Gandhi, taken aback, asked what she was discussing. Yandy altered, in some way. Insiders claim that Erica didn't hold back when she spoke that name. Her eyes narrowed, her posture changed, and she responded gently, "What about him?" She recalled past conversations, moments that were never filmed, and times when she believed Mondays wasn't as far away from her as many believed. She claimed to have some witnesses, recollections, and messages. Yandy was shocked to provide evidence to back up her assertions. She reportedly informed Erica that she didn't care about the past anymore, but Erica wouldn't allow it. Her voice was raised just enough for people to hear her comment. "You act as though your marriage is untouchable, and that you have everything worked out. You weren't always the only person in his life, Yandy, you know that." Attention started to be drawn to the argument. After speaking with the other cast members, Rosita turned to them. Security didn't add to the already tense situation among producers. They rarely do unless there is actual contact. The show relies heavily on drama, but no one saw it coming. This type of direct, personal dispute at such a young stage of the season. Yandy responded with measured fire, trying to keep his cool. One insider source claims that she told Erica that focusing on the past would not benefit her. If Erica had anything to say, she should have said it years ago instead of in front of the cameras, she remarked. Erica, however, did not move. "I didn't say anything because I thought it would go away," she said, "but now I see you sitting there like nothing happened, like you didn't know what was going on. No, I can't act like this any longer." After watching the video, fans were quick to speculate, and many now believe that the scene in which Yandy is seen wiping tears from her eyes was caused by this argument. Others noticed the strange tension between the two in group situations, which has not yet been well explained. As the struggle progressed, cast members started to form distinct groups. Some stood with Yandy, silently supporting him, while others observed Erica with a mix of awe and concern. According to sources, Mendes was meant to join the filming later that night, but the producers decided to postpone it. It was unclear who was believed, but it was evident that the incident had caused the room to become divided in a number of ways. They didn't want to fuel the flames just yet. According to someone familiar with the set, he was already informed that nothing had occurred. It's unclear how he will react. After nearly 15 minutes of back and forth, things began to settle down a bit. But the damage had already been done. Everyone knew that the harmony that had existed between Yandy and Erica had been shattered. The atmosphere was depressing. When the crew resumed filming, the scenes appeared to be staged, and relations were strained. Viewers will definitely notice the difference when the show airs. What happened off camera is even more interesting. Reports said that Yandy left early without saying much after the day's filming was over and skipped the post-shoot get-together and the scheduled cast supper. She was emotionally spent and needed alone. But Erica, according to sources, decided to stay behind, mingling, smiling, and seeming as if nothing had happened, which some saw as a matter of calculation, while others called it confidence. But the real storm was happening online. And as the rumors of the fight spread, people posted comments, theories, and even screenshots from past seasons on social media in an attempt to make sense of it. Others have said they have always believed that Eric and Mendesesheving a more complicated past. Others strongly supported Yandy, saying she has been through enough and doesn't deserve to be carried around like this. The divide between fans is growing, and it's becoming clear that this plot will dominate the first few episodes of season 13. In the days following the altercation, Erica and Yandy were noticeably absent from several of the scheduled group photos shoots. Their absence only fueled online rumors. But it was unclear whether this was a production decision or their personal preference. Producers are embracing it and will highlight the consequences in future episodes. Choice video from past seasons began to trend again as viewers searched for any clues they might have missed, and everyone wanted to know if there had ever been any signs of strain that were missed at the time. One fan even posted a side-by-side video of Erica and Yandy at a season 9 reunion, highlighting a scene where Erica allegedly rolled her eyes during Yandy's speech. And the tweet went viral in a matter of hours. Backstage insiders claim that producers are currently changing the formats of several upcoming episodes to give this drama more airtime, with the goal of attacking when the momentum is one thing is certain for the time being. Atlanta's previous Peace, Love and Hip is still expanding since they know the public is hooked. The rest of the group is allegedly treading gingerly because they don't know what will happen next or whose name will be brought up in the dispute. The setting was tense and hushed as recording started the following day in a secluded interior space, with producers using earpieces to converse in low tones. Hop and the tones, and crew members remained stoic. Back on the set, Spice and Rita met in private with the producers to decide what to do next, and both admitted that fans were more engaged than ever before, but they also expressed concerns about the emotional impact of the plot. Spice reportedly said, "People are rare watching, they're talking. The program is on fire, but if we don't help these people find a way to go on, everything might burn down." The next group photo session was carefully orchestrated. Producers organized a brunch for young girls that only included Rosita, Spice, Bambi, and Erica, instead of bringing everyone back into a rock-like environment and asking them to think back on everything that had happened. The goal was to make predictions about what might happen next. Rosita started the conversation, saying, "Look, we need to talk about it, even though I know things got out of control." Erica came looking composed, wearing a beautiful red jacket that radiated confidence. The others greeted her politely when she sat down, but the atmosphere was cautious. Spice went on, "This program isn't new to drama, but it's not regular. It feels different now." "That's because it is different," Erica said, leaning back in her chair and looking around. "There was more to this than a fight. This is the result of years of ignoring my truth and watching someone else play the victim." "However, Eric, did you really need to say everything that you did?" Bambi remarked. "You know about Yandy's sentiments towards her marriage. That's more than just television to her." Erica did not flinch. "And it's not just television that causes me pain." No one completely agreed with Erica, although it was acknowledged that unresolved emotions had persisted for too long throughout the nearly an hour-long brunch discussion. But when the producers asked if everyone thought Yandy and Erica should get back together soon, the audience went silent. Spice shook her head slightly in response, saying, "Not yet." As all of this was going on, Mendices finally said in private, "Both of them are too raw. It will blow up." Though he declined to go on camera, he sent a note to one of the producers expressing his displeasure with the direction things were taking. "I joined this show to help my wife and create something constructive, not to be pulled into outdated nonsense that doesn't represent my current self," he wrote. If things didn't settle down, There was even a rumor that he might cancel the upcoming shooting dates, which made things more difficult. Especially for Yandy, who reportedly felt even more pressure to protect her family and reputation. Meanwhile, fans were scrutinizing every bit of video and rumors they could find. In one leaked behind-the-scenes video, Erica was seen talking to a hairstylist during a break, implying that she had voice notes from years ago. "I could shut her down if I truly wanted to," she said. The video went viral within hours, and rumors started to circulate. In spite of her emotional state, Yandy eventually returned to filming. But she made it clear that she would not be appearing in any scenes with Erica unless absolutely necessary. She appeared calm but clearly wary in her first scene back, which was a sit-down with Bambi and Rashida, and she admitted that she said, "I thought I was past all that," and thanked them for checking up on her, adding that the incident had shook her in unanticipated ways. "But now I'm wondering if I'll ever be able to let it go." "Do you believe that whatever she stated is true?" kindly questioned Rosita. Yandy said, looking her in the eye, "I don't know what she thinks she remembers, but that man has always been mine." Bambi took hold of her hand and squeezed it. "You stand on that then. But you know how television works. Once it's out there, people will run with it." As the conversation was coming to a close, producers were already setting up a potential meeting between Yandy and Erica with a mediator. Shooting the idea was to do it in a more controlled environment, perhaps off-site, so both women could speak openly without feeling constrained by the public. But there was hesitation. Neither woman had said whether she would be willing to participate, and the crew was concerned about the potential tension. There was a little teaser for the upcoming episode. Contained quotes from Yandy's confession, the dinner brawl, and the brunch conversation later that week. The teaser ended with a scary voiceover. "When the truth is eventually revealed, not everyone will escape the consequences, even by hip-hop standards and affection." The fans adored it because it was dramatic. Thousands of people who were curious to know the real story of what really happened between Erica, Yandy, and Mendices responded to the teaser in a matter of minutes. However, what followed was surprising. A tabloid blog claiming to have insider information released a story about an off-camera phone conversation between Erica and Mendices that allegedly happened years ago. The timing seemed strange, but there was no evidence, and no one knew where it came from. As soon as they linked it to Erica's recent comments, people began asking for receipts. Once again, the plotline changed suddenly. Erica's meeting with Yandy had been overshadowed by the question of whether or not her charges had ever been real, and if so, what it meant for all of Yandy's marriage-related ideas. The producers watched everything as it transpired and gave considerable thought to how to balance the staged and the real, regardless of the outcome. There was little question that the season would be one of the most emotionally charged in recent memory and that someone would depart permanently. 3 days later, filming resumed in a small private studio reserved specifically to capture the responses of the other performers. Producers were eager to record every opinion, every mumble, and every word that the rest of the group had to say. A look of disbelief. Rita, Spice, Bambi, and Carly Red were seated in a semicircle, although Yandy and Erica had taken a break. The atmosphere was tense as they were all browsing through their phones when the camera began to roll. Bambi said, shaking her head, "Too, simply can't believe those texts came out that way. This isn't just a scheme anymore. Someone's marriage is on the line." Spice nodded. Despite Yandy's strength, this would break anyone. Just when you think everything is fine, suddenly there are receipts. Carly leaned forward, as dramatic as ever. "But you guys don't think it's odd that the leak came out right after their meeting? Someone is playing chess instead of checkers?" Rosita sighed and spoke more softly. "Even though she didn't spill it, Erica was the source of the energy that transported us here. And everything is a complete mess." Now Yandy was filming her most private confessional in the meantime, but in a quiet place across town without any filters or makeup. She showed her pure vulnerability by looking directly into the camera. "When I joined this show, I knew people would talk. I expected to see old stuff, but I never expected to be duped in this manner, not just by Eric, but also by my greatest confidant." Her voice trembled slightly as she paused. "Not that he was unfaithful, mind you, I'm saying that he made someone else feel important, but he didn't tell me about it. The world now knows about it before I had time to heal." This quiet melancholy had a special effect. Fans took notice, and producers who had been watching Yandy for years said they had never seen her this broken and vulnerable. When a little teaser of her confession surfaced, comments poured in. On the internet, one other stated, "This season got too real." Erica remained silent. One admirer wrote, "She deserves better." She had stopped filming since the revelation of the secret communications. Producers tried multiple times to get to her, but she refused to return. She told her agent that she needed time away, that the criticism was getting too harsh, and that she was in danger of losing her mental health. Some people believed her, while others thought it was just another strategy she employed. Strive hard, vanish, then come back stronger. But the season was fully upended by what came next. Finally, there were Mendices on camera. The event was filmed in secret, with only 2 producers and 1 camera operator present. He had no desire for a big setting, just a microphone, a stool, and a moment to be honest. He appeared to be deteriorating under the weight of silence. He did not deny the texts, but began by stating, "I didn't want to be involved in the story, but I have to say something, since my name is out there. Those texts are real. Yes, they took place during a challenging time for Yandy and me. We weren't separated, and we weren't really a couple. I couldn't understand, probably shouldn't have told Erica some stuff, but I never actually stepped outside. Never crossed the line." He paused, then looked straight into the lens. "I never, not with the intention of hurting Yandy, and I know that what I meant isn't important right now. Her feelings are what matter, and she has every right to be upset." Minutes after it aired, the statement read. The internet was ablaze. Yandy had not yet made a public statement, and Erica remained silent. The viral social media was flooded with reactions. Some people praised him for confessing, while others accused him of gaslighting, claiming that emotional infidelity is still infidelity. The production team hurried to re-edit subsequent episodes in the days that followed, and everything changed as a result of the breach. The drama had officially left the screen and into the real world, dividing fans and generating trending hashtags. The audience was more engaged than previously. Fresh confessions were planned, follow-ups were set, and a number of cast members were gathered for what was supposed to be a neutral event one evening. When a surprise scene was filmed at a rooftop bar, everyone was taken aback when Erica appeared out of nowhere. She entered the bar wearing all black, her eyes hidden behind sunglasses, and producers, unsure of what she would do, muttered nervously in their earpieces. She was first approached by LHHATL, who said, "Are you okay?" she asked, and Erica removed her spectacles gradually. "Honestly, but I couldn't stay mute forever." The music became quieter as everyone turned to face them, and crew members paused as the cameras shifted. Although she wasn't invited, the room's ambience changed as though she would be entering at any minute. Erica assured the gathering in a stern voice, "I didn't disclose those communications, but I also won't say I'm sorry for them. They were real. Whether somebody likes it or not, they happened and were a part of my truth." Spice crossed her arms. "What the heck? You got your point across. Yandy's broken. Mendices is embarrassed. The whole world is watching." Erica nodded. "I get it. I'm not here to stir things up." At last, I said, "I'm done." I voiced my thoughts. "In what way does Yandy choose to utilize it? That's her fault. But I'm not going to carry this any longer." As she walked away, there was an odd silence. It wasn't closure, but it was something. A break in the chaos. A rift in the storm. A week later, Mendices and Yandy were spotted together at a neighborhood event. No reporters, no cameras. Only the two of them standing side by side in silence. Fans posted blurry images online and conjectured about what it meant. Harm prevention and reconciliation. Neither of them said anything, and no one knew. Production ended shortly after. The final scenes were recorded on film. The 13th season was officially announced once the editors got to work, but the consequences of what had happened would persist long after the credits had rolled. For the first time in hip-hop and romantic history, a plotline got so deeply entangled with real emotion that it was impossible for the actors to tell the distinction between reality and the show. Marriages had to be tested. Friendships broke down. Additionally, people's reputations were changed forever. Not a single one survived. Not a single individual was spared. But everyone went home changed to as the backers. They were not merely observers. They were there when it happened. Now, the question is, where does all of this end up? After everything we've seen, including Erica's unfiltered conflict, Yandy's quiet suffering, and Mendice's eventual utterance, now, this is more than just a TV drama. Millions of people are seeing real pain, betrayal, and consequences. When those messages appeared, do you think Yandy told Mendice's be forgiven? Or did that add insult to injury to a marriage that was already in jeopardy? What about Erica? Was revealing this going too far for her, or was she telling the truth at last? That she had spent years repressing? It would be nice to talk to you. Share your ideas in a comment. Do you belong to Team Truth, Team Erica, or Team Yandy? Because this story is as much about the fans as it is about the actors. Now more than ever, your voice matters. Furthermore, keep in mind that this season is far from over. Given how intense the first few episodes have already been, just think of the impact of the remaining ones. More repercussions, more secrets, and possibly the most surprising reunion in the franchise's history. If you don't want to miss a single twist, click the like button, subscribe, and enable those notifications. Because we're not just watching the drama unfold. We're living it, one messy, unforgettable moment at a time. This season, trust in us. You should avoid blinking,